plaintiff, Nicole Zaleski, met the defendant while working for a mentorship organization, and they became good friends. Nicole claims she and the defendant then founded a leadership program together. But instead of acting like a leader, the defendant became an irresponsible partier. Nicole's suing because she claims the defendant damaged her tent and her vehicle. Defendant Zoe Schwartz admits that she was more laid back than Nicole, but says that's because Nicole was so controlling. Zoe does not believe she owes Nicole for the car damages because she insists another driver hit her while she was driving Nicole's vehicle.
Start with you.
Your Honor, I met Zoe in 2013 working in a girls' mentorship organization. And we provided free arts programming to young women on the northwest side of Chicago. And Zoe and I became fast friends in that program.
Describe it. Maybe we can have some other female viewers do the same.
Sure. Yeah. So we provided programming from 1 to 4 p.m. on Sundays.
Where would they meet?
In Logan Square. Yeah, on the northwest side, in a church.
Okay.
Yeah, and so we offered...
After church?
After church for some of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah, though not all of them went to church services in the morning.
You can't have it during church. You don't want the kids to go to hell.
Right. I'm sure some of them went to church, yes.
You sure some of them went to hell?
No.
I'm sure some of them went to hell, actually.
So congratulations once again, ladies, and glad to do that. That's where you all met and became fast friends, and then what?
And so you can see, because you run programs like these yourself, how important they are to the young people that they serve. And Zoe and I started to become friends there, though I definitely had questions about her integrity because she regularly showed up late for that program. She often wouldn't show up at all. And so her mentee was left wondering, where's my person? Where's the person who's supposed to be supporting me? But I gave her the benefit of the doubt regardless. And so a few years ago, 3 years ago, we dreamt up the idea to run an artist residency of our own for adults. So we thought, wow, wouldn't it be amazing to make wide open spaces for artists of all different kinds of disciplines, painters and musicians, theater makers, to come together outside of the hustle and bustle of the city to collaborate and to make their best work.
Good. Here in Chicago.
Yeah, outside of Chicago, right? So we'd take Chicago artists out of the city and we made it together. We founded a thing called Swarm, and though it has been successful the past few years, our shared leadership, the tension has been growing.
Let me hear from you. She said, you're supposed to be a mentor on Sunday, but you half come, and if and when you do, you have alcohol on your breath, you reek, and you stayed out all night.
Yes. Well, I think that's a little bit of an exaggeration. I don't recall ever showing up smelling of alcohol. But yeah, I mean, like Nikki said, we kind of jumped into this artist residency together, but it didn't take long for me to realize that our leadership styles were very different. And that maybe Nikki is a little controlling, actually. And that when she thinks that I'm a little loose, it's maybe because she is so tight. I remember actually...
tell her to relax, smoke a joint.
I mean...
That's what Dawn does. Yeah. Take a glass of wine if you're anyone else. But
we need one every once in a while. But I remember in the mentorship program in the church, after church, that there was one activity we were doing. We were making these paper mache bubbles. And I remember Nikki coming up to me and kind of like critiquing how I was doing it and telling me that I was doing the paper mache bubble wrong. And I was
were getting glue all over
it's newspaper.
Oh, no, she was getting glue where?
Like all over the floor. And this isn't our church space, right? And she was completely disrespecting the space that we were welcome to.
I was just wondering how minor your complaint was.
I mean, I think this is a great illustration of some of our differences in leadership and also just like enacting, activities.
Your Honor, it's not just a difference in leadership. It was a difference in vision for the residency, right? So my vision was to bring these people together to do our best work. And hers was that we would create a month-long party where people could rage all night long, where she could use people's watercolor sets as ashtrays.
Okay, it was an empty little dish.
And where her idea of rigorous art making was telling stupid jokes across a fire and calling it her stand-up comedy routine.
Let's get to the damages to the car you're suing for. Obviously, there's one night she was out drunk and damaged the car during one of her nights. Saturday, wasn't it? Not this time.
Not this time.
Tell me what happened.
Yeah, I lent her the car to get to Swarm because it's in Indiana, and so she needed some way to get there, and it wasn't going to be a week that I was there. So can I give you these pictures of the damages? So I lent her my car.
She's controlling. She's doing my
She
job
is
now.
controlling. You're right. You're gonna take your job. That's control. Stand aside, Joel. I'll handle this.
Told you.
So I lent her my car because her ride fell through last minute again. And she took it away to Swarm. She was gone for a week. I also lent her my tent during that time. Yeah, she was gone for a week because we do week-long stints.
Got it.
She came back, admitted that the car had been damaged. So apparently it was a rainy day when she was driving back and she sideswiped somebody on the highway. And she completely admitted to that. I told her at that point that I would have the car assessed by my mechanic and that I would have the damages looked at which point she said, okay, which I took to mean that the damages that she caused to my car, she would pay for. And when I saw her a week later at the Swarm meeting and told her that the damages were going to be $1,100, she said, I don't have it and I'm not going to pay for it. And she said that I shouldn't worry about having it fixed because the damages were just cosmetic.
I mean, it's just a little scrape on the door. You can still open the door.
Right. So, but it's still my property that she damaged. So,
I agree.
Right.
And you returned it in worse condition than when you got it. So why shouldn't you be liable, ma'am?
Well, I would like to say that it was not my fault. I was sideswiped, not on the highway, on Kedzie, and it was raining, and I was changing lanes. And I actually have a very detailed diagram.
No, I need a police report.
I'm sorry?
Police report.
Oh, police report. No, the guy drove away. He kept
I
going.
know. That's exactly why you go to the police. You said there is a hit and run that has just occurred. Let me describe to you. The car that just hit me. And you're telling me you didn't even bother to do that. So that's negligence in and of itself. Whether you did it or not, you were negligent in not making an attempt to find out who damaged that car that you were driving. Tent. How does she owe you for the tent?
So I also, as I mentioned, lent her my tent for that same week that she was going to be away. And I'm supposed to give these to you, not directly.
All right. And what happened, please?
Okay.
You're going to ask first.
That's right. She's still half boss. Can't get it out. I'm supposed to get this to you.
I'm sorry.
No, only when I ask you to give it to him are you supposed to. So what happened to your tent?
I lent her the tent. And when she returned the tent to me, she gave it back without saying anything about it. I took it out a couple of weeks later to go camping with my sister. And as I'm setting up the tent, I discovered there's a huge hole in it. I have not used it at any point in time in between the time she gave it back to me and the time that I set it back up. And when I asked her about the hole, she said, oh, yeah, I think I remember something about that, and didn't explain any more than that.
Okay, ma'am.
It was a very stormy summer, as you may remember. Winds, lightning, thunder, especially where our residency was. And one of the nights that I was camping in the tent, not partying, but sleeping soundly after organizing all day, a tree branch fell on the tent. And I happened to forget because between the...
You forgot what? Forgot what?
I forgot...
You were doing all right for a minute.
I forgot to mention the tent after dropping it off after the
No, I'm
car
referring
accident.
to why didn't you tell her? What you gave me was a reasonable response.
Yes.
What I heard her say, you never told her what happened. Because that's what is called in the legal community, an act of God. But go ahead.
I did. I've heard of an act of God.
That's why you should come early to church. You know. Go ahead. You wouldn't have them acts of God against you.
I did forget to tell her. I wasn't actively not telling her. And I think some of it was because I was a little bit scared of what her reaction was.
When she mentioned it to you, what did you say?
About the tent?
Yes. She said, I have a hole in this tent I gave you. What happened? Man,
I think I remember the tree branch falling on the tent during a storm.
You told her that?
That's what I remember telling her.
Yeah, you don't sound too certain. I'm going to grant her judgment, and I would have otherwise given you the defense of an act of God, but I'm not convinced that's what happened. So I'm going to grant her judgment in its entirety. So therefore, I'm going to grant her $13.38 in car damages and for the value of the 10. Hope you ladies continue to support and mentor these young ladies. I applaud you for your work there.
Thank you.
Have a good day.
Did you get what you wanted? Did you get what you wanted, Nikki? Did you get what you wanted?
Yeah, I did. I did,
Oh,
Zoe.
great. Thank
And
you so much.
This is
Swarm's over. It's
This
over.
is
Okay? It's over.
ridiculous. This is super sad, you know?
Yeah.
I
Great.
was hoping it could be different, but
Well.
now I'll get my money.
Cool.
I hope.
Good luck. Great luck with everything.
Plaintiff Sean LeMay says he and the defendant moved in together 3 months after they started dating. And soon after, Sean caught the defendant at a club dancing with another man. Sean claims the defendant vandalized his home, so he's suing for damaged property and a bill. Defendant Royce McLean says he and Sean started having problems after he found text messages between Sean and his ex-boyfriend. Royce is countersuing for the cost of a TV.
Start with you.
Well, Your Honor, I met Royce at the beginning of January. We met, hanging out. We started dating. We really got close. Things were moving fast. We decided to move in with each other, which I thought, I think now is a big mistake.
What month?
We moved in. Well, he moved in with me in March.
What was that like?
I think like I said, I think it was a big mistake, and that's when the relationship really started going downhill.
Not right away.
He wanted to start going out to the club, hanging out at night, coming in at 5 a.m. in the morning, just disrespectful.
What did he tell you he was doing at 5 a.m.?
At the after hours.
Okay.
I ended up catching him at the after hours spot, and I saw Royce dancing on someone.
Your Honor, that was after we broke up.
Lap dancing type, you saying?
No.
Well, no, the guy
Just
was
kind of sexy
the guy
dancing
was,
next to him? I'm just trying to understand.
The guy was
Kinda
in front of
next to
him. The guy was in front of him dancing. He was in his pants and all in his ear. I approached them, and then I was like, Royce, what are you doing? Him and his friend were both shocked because his best friend was standing right beside him while he was dancing on the dude, or the dude was dancing on him. So we then go outside, try to defuse the situation because I wasn't going to cause a scene in the club. Mm-hmm. I then told him to come, to the house, get his 2 dogs and his stuff and leave my apartment. He left for like 4 days. He came back, and then I realized, it's just not going to work out. It's not going to work out, and
You all broke up permanently around that time?
Yes.
All right, let me hear from you, sir.
How you doing, sir? We met back in January. Like he said, we moved in March. Everything was going well. I was at work one day. Sean texted me stating that he didn't want to be with me anymore, just because
You need to tell the truth for us.
It was
Don't say
situations
nothing
where
that's not the truth on this. Don't do that.
it was
Be
situations
truthful.
where he was talking to a guy that I knew nothing about, and I told him I didn't feel comfortable with their conversation.
What type of things were they saying?
I'm not sure.
He could be bragging about you.
It was
Could have
uncomfortable
been bragging
because
on you. You
it
calling
was
me? No, stop calling me. I got Royce. Royce is all right. I'm really into Royce, or I really love Royce, so stop calling me. Could have been that.
So
You don't know what they talked about.
When the guy first came about, Sean was actually in the shower, and he called and he had me answer the phone for him and put it on speaker. When they
There
got
you
off the
go.
phone,
He's willing to let you hear what the man has to
Exactly.
but
say.
after they got off the phone, he went straight into explaining who the guy was. I didn't ask questions. He started explaining who they was. He
Because
never
I
once
wanted to
said they
let you know.
dated.
Wanted to make you
was.
comfortable, right?
Yeah, he never once said they were dated. He said that they was friends. Now, I went through Sean's phone and I seen messages in there where they was talking about their past, basically rekindling everything on when they did date.
Rehashing or rekindling?
I looked at it like rekindling.
It indicated they were interested in getting back together?
Yeah,
No, sir.
he said that they stopped talking last year and everything was talked about where they wasn't interested in each other and they were just gonna be friends. If it's just a friendship, all that should have been left in the past. It should have never been in the messages that I seen recently. So we ended up seeing each other at the club one night and he tried to introduce us. And when he came over there, he barely spoke. And I told him I didn't feel comfortable with that. It showed me right then and there that it was more to the story in the text messages than what you telling me.
That's because he didn't want to socialize with you or talk to you?
Right.
His
Yeah, the guy,
ex?
cause it's if y'all just friends and he's mentioning me hey, where's your boyfriend? I want to meet him. But then when you meet him,
Sir, I've been married 33 years. Started going with my wife 4 years before that. 37 years. If she tried to introduce me to her ex right now, 37 years later, I want to meet him.
And I said the
What do I
same
meet
thing.
him for?
I said I didn't want to meet him.
Tell me one concrete thing you came to learn that they had said to each other, indicating they were rekindling.
Well, later on, Sean went to a party that he didn't invite me to. Later on, I seen Sean Snapchat, and he was snapping the room, and there was a guy next to him. And I later on asked him, like, who is this guy? He was like, oh, this is, I'm gonna call him Donnie. He was like, this is Donnie. And I was like, oh, the guy that you used to talk to? He was like, yes.
Ooh, you're so jealous. You put it on him, huh? Lord have mercy.
A lot of hypotheticals.
Yeah. You can't step out the door. The man can't step out the door without sleeping with another man. What about what he caught you doing? Twerking or getting twerked on? What about that?
That was when I was single. We wasn't together. Even though we stayed there,
You all had just...
we broke up for a week. That's a long time.
And 5 days later, you
So
get
that gives you,
twerked on.
That's a long time.
It's a long
and Your Honor, that was the same guy.
Let's get to what you're
that-
suing him for, sir. The
I'm
phone
suing him
bill and the
for-
phone.
I'm suing him for, the cell phone charges that he disputed in between the times that we broken up, that he disputed from his bank account.
Disputed?
He disputed it, so he took it off from his bank
Got
and
it.
disputed
You
it.
told
And it
him-
came from
okay.
my...
Got it.
Exactly. So, and a phone that he broke, the iPhone 8 Plus that he broke, he threw at me and it broke. And then also damaged the property to my home.
Disputed the bill and got his money back. Is that what you're saying?
Correct.
All right. And that was how much?
That was $228.
228. And the next was what occurred?
He broke iPhone 8 Plus.
How, when, and why?
Well, me and Royce, we agreed to meet each other. At this time we were broken up. We agreed to meet each other to exchange each other's belongings. So he came. He said he's gonna have the sheriffs with him, the police or whatever. He brought the police, and I was like, okay, you got my phone. He had my phone, so I went in and got this stuff, cable boxes, and I'm finna get to the point to where this TV comes in place. He had a TV there that he gave to me.
I did not give
He
you that
gave me the
TV.
TV. He gave me the TV, and then he wants to dispute those charges. I'm like, no, sir, you're not finna come and then dispute them charges. Think you're gonna come and get the TV and your cable boxes. I let him have the cable boxes. Okay, cool. But you threw the phone at me and broke it. No,
Okay.
sir.
He threw the phone and broke it. How much was that?
The phone is $7.99.
$7.99. And what was the other?
Your Honor, I had came home from out of town at my mom's house, and it was late Sunday night. I can't remember the date per se, but I came home, I opened my door, my house was trashed.
What things were destroyed?
The TV was destroyed, my furniture was destroyed, rug that he knew that I loved was destroyed, clothes were missing, clothes were destroyed. He took my passport, he took some shoes, and he also took the phone back that was broken.
When you spoke with him about it, what did he say?
I hit him up and I said, Royce, just tell me the truth. I know you broke into my home. Tell me the truth, so we can settle this, the right way. At first, he denied. I buckled down on him. I said, Royce, please tell me the truth. I already know you did it. I met up with Royce, and he told me the truth. He told me that he broke into my house because he was hurt.
And what were the total expenses for that? You have a list there?
Yes, sir.
Let me hear from you, sir.
We came to agreement that he's going to give me my TV back that my mom purchased me when we went to St. Louis. And I was going to give him his phone back. It was supposed to be an even exchange.
First, you're talking about the phone bill.
Oh, the phone bill?
Yeah, the phone bill. He said you had $228 phone charge reversed.
Yes, I did reverse the payments for the phone because I felt like at the time we were throwing shots at each other. And
Okay. So we know that you did that intentionally and illegitimately. Next, $7.99 for the phone itself. Tell me about this incident.
So when I went to go exchange the phone for my belongings, we made an agreement that he was going to give me my TV and my cable boxes. and I was going to give him his phone back. Now, when we got there, he gave me the cable boxes, and I was like, okay, what about my TV? And he said, what TV? I don't have a TV of yours. And I'm like, really, Sean, like, just give me my stuff, let's walk away, like, peacefully. And he was like, I don't have your TV. So I went back to my car, and I was like, I don't have a phone. And the cop came and said, since I said on the recorder line that I had the phone, I had to give it back. And at the time, I felt like that he was taking everything from me. From like me giving up my space, getting put out at 4 o'clock in the morning with 2 dogs, like 2 big dogs with nowhere to go.
Because of your actions.
We were single. And at the same time, I was paying money in the place that I was staying. I shouldn't have been put out of a place where I'm paying my money, especially at 4 o'clock in the morning. Now, when Sean said that he didn't have my belongings, that really made me mad, and I threw the phone. I was angry, and I threw the phone to the ground.
What about breaking in his house?
That, when that happened, it was solely out of spite. Just because I felt like everything that was transpiring, like I was at my wit's end. Like, he had a sheriff looking for me in my job after we came to agreement that we wasn't gonna take anything to court. I was intoxicated. I went out that night to the after hours, as he call it. And after I left the after hours, I went and vandalized the place.
All right, so you're admitting it. And your counterclaim, $1,102, is for what? How does he owe you for the cost of television?
This is the TV here showing that my mom purchased it.
Let's see it, please.
And this here is showing where he said that he was going to give me my TV back.
Sir?
I said I was going to give his TV back before he disputed those charges, and I do have messages with him saying he don't want the TV anymore.
Let's see it. So did you tell him that? If so, why? Why'd you tell him you didn't want it anymore?
Because we both came to agreement that we wasn't going to take this to court, that we was going to walk away.
No, that's what
I
we
don't see
agreed
that
on when
part.
you broke the phone.
It's in the...
I'm taking you to court because you broke my phone.
It's in the second page that I gave the officer.
I wasn't trying to take things to court. You chose that, and that would have you under stealing because I had my mom send me a receipt for the purchase of it. So you can do what you want. You got your phone. That's all that mattered, right? Yeah. I think whatever he was saying it in a state of emotion about him wanting his television back. So I'm not going to let this one sentence of, I don't care, just keep the TV while his heart is hurting and he's upset. I'm not going to allow you to keep the television based on that one sentence that he stated during a time of whatever you want to, however you want to characterize it, breakup, mourning, emotional distress, or what have you. I will grant you your judgment, $2,413 for the vandalism, for everything you've asked for, you get. And on the other hand, so does he, $1,102. It was his television. You're going home with more, but you do the math and determine. All right, have a good day. I know what it is. You do the math. Have a good day.
I'm glad everything is just all settled. I wish him the best of luck.
I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. He's a great actor. This whole show thing was a mess. But I do wish him well on everything, and I'm just glad to be over.
Plaintiff Rashida Walker dated the defendant, who is 10 years younger. And once, when she confronted him about cheating, he threw chicken grease on her. Rashida's suing because she claims the defendant vandalized her vehicle, and she has the video to prove it. Defendant Pierre Shaw says Rashida was insecure and always thought he was cheating on her with younger women. Pierre claims on the day of the incident with her car, Rashida assaulted him with a chair. So he's suing for the assault and slander.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Start with you.
Me and the defendant, we've been knowing each other for about the last 6 years. We've been dealing with each other for about the last 7 months. Pierre is 10 years younger than me. He's very immature and irresponsible. He likes to throw fits and tantrums when he can't have his way. It was an incident in May where I had a neighbor of mine call me to tell me that he was having some type of affair with another young lady. Me and my daughter went to his mother's home to ask him, was he having an affair on me?
That's false.
He began to argue and fight with me. After which he proceeded to throw chicken grease in me and my daughter's face. I've washed this jacket several times and it still smells like chicken grease.
Okay, so you want me to smell the chicken grease?
Yeah.
That's what you're handing that to me for?
I've washed it several times. I mean, this is just one of the examples of how immature he is.
You're gonna have to give me some more money.
Like this is just one of the many immature things that he does. So after this one incident happened, like Pierre is just very immature. I'm just trying to get him to just do the right stuff. He just got a job.
And what was it like when you all first started? You didn't know all that about him?
He wasn't like that. We really much just like watched movies and chilled out with each other. I never even seen this side of him. I'm really surprised.
Let me hear from you, sir. Give me some background.
How you doing, Your Honor? Me and Rashida, she right, we've been dating for 7 months. We decided to go serious this time around. She's 10 years older than me, correct? I feel as though that she's very insecure for her age. It was a lot of times where as though I mentioned younger people and she would lash out at me, get smart and all that, and it wasn't nothing like that.
That's not true.
You mean younger women?
Yes, younger women. She would get all insecure, snap out on me.
That's not true.
I believe
what has it been like, in your opinion? Have you been satisfied with the relationship other
Honestly,
than what
sir,
you just described, her being possessive of her young thing?
Honestly, honestly, from the start, she was a sweetheart, don't get me wrong, and I'm a humble guy, but you know, her actions, I believe, turned me into something, honestly, that, you know.
Okay, you want to tell me why you're suing him?
I just recently just leased a Nissan Altima. He was there when I purchased the car. I have pictures to the damage of my vehicle and to the damages of my body. When he vandalized my vehicle, I was in back of him, so I got hurt with the chair that he was swinging at my car.
Tell me the incident. How did everything begin?
Okay, that morning on July 19th, Pierre told me that he didn't have any money to contribute towards the rent. I told him, gas, electric, every time you flush the toilet, turn the light on, I have to pay. If you can't help me and my grandmother out, he was staying at my home. My grandmother is totally disabled. I take care of her. I need help. I can't have nobody living there for free.
See, that's your problem.
Help out.
You didn't know the terms of dating a man this young. That's your problem. This man has to get his tennis shoes. He has to get his jerseys. He has to get his video games.
Yeah, he can't pay. Because he got this activities.
That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No
You should
money
have knew
for
what
bills.
you were getting into.
Yeah. Well.
Now, where did it start from? What was the result?
The result was.
Why did it happen?
Pierre said he didn't get paid that day. We get paid every Thursday. He said that his job did not, no money. So I said, no money, no entry into my home.
That's
Go
right.
back to your mama. Okay? He said, I'm going to break your car windows. I said, okay. I called 911. Soon as he said that, he's still ranting and raving up and down the block. So I parked across the street from my house, called the cops again. He started walking up to me, tussling with me.
That's false too, Your Honor.
After that happened, just for some reason, somebody was videotaping by some chance. Caught the whole thing of him grabbing the chair, smash, smash, smash my vehicle. You can hear it. You can see him with the chair. You can see him run over and you can hear something go smash, smash.
Before I watch it, what do you say happened?
Your Honor, it takes two to tango, that's for sure. She got extremely pissed because I didn't get paid. I was at my house, my mother's house, and I called her on the phone. I let her know, like, sweetheart, I didn't get paid.
You had just got out my bed. We was together all night.
Correct.
You was at my house every night.
I went around the corner.
You sleep in my bed.
Well, you got your pay that night, then.
This young man. Stop hollering at this young man. Go ahead. Don't play crazy.
Go ahead, young man.
She's correct. I spent the night that night, and I left also to check my account because it comes early in the morning. So I went around my mom's crib to get my card and called. I said, my money ain't come through. So I calls her up, let her know what's going on. She snaps out from the rip. Oh, you lying bleep and this and that. Oh, where my money? Oh, you think I'm some young dumb John and this and that. I'm like...
Tell him that you threatened to break the window.
I said, you
Why did
right.
you threaten to break the window?
Finish, ma'am.
I said, you right. I said, hung up the phone and I went around her crib. When I walked around the corner, she's parked on the corner, counting her money because she got paid. I'm having the worst day ever. I didn't get paid.
Right, because I got a car note and insurance.
Yeah, I should be snapping like her. We should have been trading characters that day.
No, you wanted my money. You wanted my money.
But
and
what I did,
ma'am.
But what I did, Your Honor, I said, man, I can't control what's going on today. I just wanted to let her know, like, I couldn't get paid.
Okay, but what about damaging the car with a chair?
All right. I told her, I said, let me get my bags, because she snapped out on me. I said, I'm done. She spins off around the block 2 times, yelling all this false stuff about me, talking about sleep with dudes. And
saying it to who?
To her community, her block that she live on. I'm sitting on her porch like this. Your Honor.
He like boys,
Your
too.
Honor, she spent around the block 2 times.
He like boys.
So what?
Your Honor, she spent around her block 2 times while I'm waiting on her porch so I can talk and be reasonable.
You wasn't. You was harassing me.
False.
Ooh, you don't live with her, do you?
False. Not no more.
Oh.
She finally stopped and parked her car up after she spent the block 2 times yelling explicit words. I'm this, I'm that. I'm on the porch sitting there looking like boo-boo the fool. She finally get out the car. We talked. She said, get away from her property. I respected that. I moved right next door to her.
You did not respect that.
Ma'am.
I moved right next door to her neighbor property. Had my back turned. She's on the porch. I'm on ground level. I'm on my phone looking down. Next thing I know, blow, something hit me in my head. Hat come off, headphone come off, phone fall, crack. I got gash in my head. I snapped out as a human. I just picked the chair. I went across the street and I did attack her car.
And let me see what happens here.
Oh. That was me.
And now he takes it. Look.
She a baseball player. I told
No, and look at you. You're a vandalizer.
Yeah, you right.
You hear it. You hear it.
I'd rather hit the car than you.
Yeah, ma'am, you could go to prison for
He had already assaulted me at the corner. That's not on the video. The cops had already been called twice.
That's false, Your Honor.
But you was on my block,
That's
up
false,
and
Your
down
Honor.
my steps.
All I asked was,
I didn't see the damage. You have the damage?
Yes.
And the estimates for repair?
Yes.
What are these bruises, ma'am?
Oh, those from me and Beckham. When he was swinging the chair, I got cut.
Okay, after you the one started banging on his head with the chair.
He has been constantly harassing
And what's
me.
the defamation,
And I have
ma'am?
a restraining order too.
Okay, you didn't have one on her?
No, sir.
We went
one
to
that
court
made the
already for the
physical
restrainer.
attack.
I just got my restraining orders though.
Restraining order?
He
How
violated
did
this
she defame
restraining
you,
order with
sir?
all of these texts and stuff.
All right.
He keep texting me derogatory things and saying that we even. Right after he did the stuff to my car, he texted me and said that we even.
Y'all are even because I saw you assault this man as he is countersuing you for. I saw him cause damage to your car, which you are suing him for. I see he did violate the restraining order for harassing you, and yet he has something to show that you did to harass or defame him, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, well, give it to Doyle and let me see it.
Well, Your Honor.
Who put that up? Your penis that you just showed me.
She did.
You posted his penis?
No. I don't even have a picture of his penis.
Your Honor, she's lying.
I don't have a picture of his
Your Honor,
penis.
she's lying. She know what it is.
Ladies, be careful of Pierre Char, who lay down with bisexual men. His address is, you list the man's address on here as well.
Then she posted my child with me on the Facebook.
Y'all not together anymore, right?
No, sir.
All right. You all have
He's lying.
both proven your cases. So you win $2,000, just like you asked, all right?
Yeah.
And you win 2,000, just like you asked. All right? Have a good day.
I just want to say maturity rules, and at the end of the day, I just wanted to be the mature, bigger person in the situation. I didn't even want to take it this far and come to court, but I guess that's what she wanted, so you know.
I just want to move on with the rest of my life, and I want him to just go about his business. That's all. And grow up and take some responsibility.
Plaintiff Taz Johnson says the defendant found her on social media, and he was so desperate to meet her in person that he intentionally hit her car. Taz claims the defendant then posted on social media that God brought them together, but she's suing because she wants him to pay for the car damages. Defendant Tyvell Emerson insists Taz is the one who messaged him first on social media, and after the accident they spent 4 days together. And Taz even showed him her bikini wax. Tyvell claims Taz is overcharging him for the damages.
Start with you.
Well, you know, men do a lot of crazy things to meet women, but this is by far one of the most craziest I've ever had to deal with. Mr. Emerson hit my car. Prior to him hitting me, he was in like multiple of my social media inboxes. He followed me on like multiple social media outlets like Instagram, Facebook, everything, and he was trying to approach me on there. It wasn't until the day after the accident that I realized like he was making posts about how God brought us together through the accident.
After the accident?
Yes, how like God brought us together and how he hit this beautiful woman and all of this. You know, I do styling in Chicago for for a lot of the local like shops, and then I am also a bottle service girl for a couple of the clubs here. So I think he definitely catch on to my social media that I use for my business and growing my business, and he was definitely trying to approach me on there previous to the accident.
You think he did this, whatever we're alleging he did, and that is hit you because he wanted to meet you.
Yes, I definitely
because
feel that
he
way.
knew of you.
Yeah, it wasn't until after the accident, which was that day after, and I got on Facebook and his stuff started coming up through my profile of him posting like, hey, I met this pretty girl. She's so beautiful. I wish we would have met in another time outside of this, but this was God's plan. He brought us together.
Okay, let me hear from you.
First.
What's that?
Oh, wow.
She slid in my DM first, Your Honor.
All right. So she tried to talk to you in private first.
Yes.
That's what you're saying? Is that true?
Yes.
Probably, no, it's not true at all.
Well, you're going to say probably
I was
not.
going to say probably not. I was going to say probably not because it didn't happen like that. I hit him up
probably.
She slid in my DM first on Instagram, Your Honor. And
that
told
was
me
after the
everything-
accident.
And told me everything was going to be okay and we was going to fix the situation.
Yes, he's talking about the accident.
Exactly.
Let me hear from you, your side.
Your Honor, when I bumped into Tajane Johnson, we after that we spent 4 consecutive days together. Upon that time,
after the accident,
Your Honor, we spent 4 consecutive days together.
Doing what?
I was driving her around, taking her out. We went to breakfast. I got her lunch. I got her dinner. I even took her to get a wax, Your Honor, a sugar wax.
Yes, Your Honor, he did.
Your Honor, I took her to get a sugar wax. I didn't even know what that meant. Your Honor.
Yes.
But
so you were driving Miss Daisy?
Yes, Your Honor.
He definitely offered to drive me around, you guys, because my car was not it was able to drive, but because of the damage that he did, I wasn't able to drive lift.
I like that. You didn't get anywhere with her?
Your Honor,
He offered to do everything.
honestly, after she got done with the wax, she walked back to my car, sat in my passenger seat, and I buttoned her pants, asked me that I want to see the wax job.
And what'd you say?
I'm a guy. I looked over there, I said, yeah. And then I realized, by looking so sweet, I realized what the name meant, you know? Sugar wax. You know?
Wow, I'm confused.
And that's as far as she went with you?
No, actually, it was another occasion when she invited me up to her apartment. I helped her with her bags. I set the bags in the hallway because I didn't want to go in and, just intrude. And she invited me into her apartment and even tried to show me around, but I left.
the bags down, the groceries.
What happened?
And I walked inside and she was like trying to show me the kitchen, show me the rooms and all that stuff. But I stayed in the living room by the door. And then I told her I was going to leave because I left my phone in the car and I was parked in a no parking area. And she told me, they never get nobody tickets right there.
So you weren't interested in her?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
Okay,
I've never been interested in her? Okay.
Not at that point I wasn't.
No, have you ever been interested in her?
Yeah, she a nice looking little lady,
All right, so why aren't you still interested? She's still nice looking, isn't she?
Because she turned into a curse instead of a blessing.
How so?
It wasn't God's plan.
How so?
Because, after we met with my mechanic guy and we got our estimates, that was on a Tuesday. The accident happened on a Monday. On Friday is when we fell out because I didn't answer the phone because she wanted to go to a party with me.
Oh, wow. You know the difference between Lyft and him is I have to request a Lyft. I never requested anything.
He's just showing up.
He even offered to pay my rent and all type of stuff. Like I said, once I let him know that I wasn't interested in him and I just strictly wanted my car to be fixed, after he signed this promissory note stating that he would pay for all the damages.
After we went to my mechanic, Yana.
He took me to a alley mechanic that was doing work out of his garage, and I didn't feel comfortable with that. I also had gotten multiple...
How did the accident happen? Describe what happened.
Well, heading home for me after a long day of work, I was getting dinner from one of the local jerk places by the house. I was going west on 51st Street. He was going south on Dorchester. When the light turned green, I'm passing the green light. He makes a right turn into the right passenger side of my doors, which I do have evidence of that, which pictures of my door. He hit, and it was kind of awkward because he not only hit like the back door, he hit the front and the back door. And that's what I'm saying. It was kind of weird.
Front and the back.
Yes. And he also gave me a fake insurance card that day. He refused to do a police report, and that's where the promissory notes comes in.
Sir, what do you say about the accident?
Okay, so the accident happened,
And then you
I admit I was going through a yellow light that was turning red, and I didn't look left because I didn't see any cars coming. And boom, I ran into a car. I admit that guilt. And actually, the promissory note I signed after we went to my mechanic and got an estimate $700, and
you put that in here.
There was never
she didn't put that in there, but by us vibing and being cool,
you what?
I didn't really.
We were never vibing.
Vibing.
By us vibing and being cool, I didn't really.
What happened to the vibe again?
The vibe was a non-existent vibe at this point. Like I said, this was someone who followed me on
evidence right here, Your Honor, that it was a vibe. If you want
to see it, please. Yeah, cause she disclaiming you.
Even him taking me around didn't last long because he was taking pictures of me.
This is evidence that she's a cursed
without me even knowing he was taking pictures.
Tyvell literally had, this is you, ma'am. Tyvell literally had me smiling with them roses. He's such a great person. I love him.
I love him.
I've never been in such love in my life. Every time he holds me in his arms, I just
me in his arms. Oh my God.
Melt.
Oh my God.
And then when we were lovemaking, I couldn't stop.
Oh wow. I also have evidence.
Smiling, you know it doesn't say that.
I know.
It better not say nothing like that.
Well, I'm just saying you're a great person. And you are. If you agreed to pay the expenses, sign an agreement, plus send her some roses to show your remorse, that is a great person. And that's all she said. You're a great person.
You know, I feel like he definitely tried to misread everything that I did and make it seem like it was more than that.
What does the second one say?
I have evidence from him talking to his brother about how he wants me on his team. And then I have another set of messages where he took a picture of me at work while we were discussing the promissory note.
Let me see.
Didn't even know he took a picture of me. You know? Yeah.
The second one, it says from you. The girl I got into a car accident with is actually cute.
Mm-hmm.
I can't even be mad.
Exactly. Your Honor, when I decided I didn't want to, do anything with Tyvell, that's when he was like, oh, take me to court, this and that. And I'm like, you already signed a promissory note.
All right, so your only real defense, sir, is that she wouldn't go with your alley mechanic?
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, and she doesn't have to do that. Did you get more than one estimate from an established
Yes, I do. I got it from
mechanic?
Mako. Everything was over $3,000. I ended up finding a good estimate for $1,500. He was not compliant with them. He went up there to the shop and proceeded to get into it with the owners because he felt like I needed to go to his alley mechanic for $700, and they're giving me $3,000 estimate.
Yep.
They was trying
And
to
your lost
finesse.
wages is for
Yes,
what?
it was from Lyft. I am also a Lyft driver. I do have the previous
Let's see
9
it,
weeks
please, Doyle.
that I did Lyft, and from the 9 weeks of my car being unable to drive, that's where I got that $1,500 from. Those are the
Okay, industrious young lady.
Can I speak, Your Honor?
What?
So, she really changed her
You
mind.
couldn't even close the deal. You're up in the woman's, by your own admission, you're up in her apartment. She's showing you herself, so you claim. I don't believe that nonsense. She's semi-nude. You still can't close the deal.
Y'all see, he just said 4 days. We was together for 4 whole days.
Driving Miss Daisy. That's what you were together doing.
So,
And your
yeah,
Lyft,
bro.
this is for the Lyft, and you were unable to drive for how long?
For 9 weeks.
All right, $3,000 is your judgment. Have a good day. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Well, I already deleted her off Instagram and Facebook, so I don't plan on seeing her anymore.
He probably follows me on more than just Instagram and Facebook, but who knows?